Hello folks, back again, DJ here again. Welcome, thank you for coming. Want to talk to you today about something that's happened in America, but I can see it having an effect here in the UK and Europe. Eventually, we are a bit slower than America and several things, especially when it comes to vaccines and medicines and things like that. There we seem to fall behind. So what I want to talk about is COVID-19's misleading advertising campaign. There's a lawsuit against Pfizer and it challenges the Public Readiness and Preparedness Act liability shield. You know, they get this liability shield where they can say things, they can do things, they can kill us, and they're exempt from prosecution. Well, a United States district judge has remanded a lawsuit filed by the state of Kansas against Pfizer Incorporated, and they're sending it back to the state court. This move may prevent the Public Readiness and Preparedness (PrEP) Act from shielding the pharmaceutical giant from liability for its misleading advertising campaign and promoting its mRNA COVID-19 shot Comirnaty. I'll spell it Comirnaty. Still got this tickle in my throat. I've been to the doctors. It seems I've got to go to hospital. I've got a liver complaint now to go with my heart complaint and my everything else. But enough about me. So the Comirnaty is a vaccine used for preventing COVID-19 that's caused by the SARS-CoV-2. And there was a recommended 30 micrograms dose in the injection, and it was given to adults and adolescents from 12 years of age and older. No age restriction after 12. The lawsuit filed by the state of Kansas against Pfizer Incorporated in the USA has been filed by the Kansas Attorney General Lobach. Under the Kansas Consumer Protection Act, the law alleges that the pharmaceutical company promoted its Comirnaty COVID biologic using false, misleading and deceptive advertising that constituted a misinformation campaign. Let's say that again. Let's read that again. They're accusing Pfizer, the big pharmaceutical company, promoting its Comirnaty COVID biological injection by using false, misleading, deceptive advertising that constituted a misinformation campaign. The Attorney General argues that the Pfizer claimed the product was safe for pregnant women and had no risk of myocarditis or pericarditis, which was contrary to the evidence revealed by Pfizer's own internally conducted studies in the labs on the mRNA biologic and violated the state's Consumer Protection Act. So we're not talking about acts of how many people did die of myocarditis. And you may remember, if we look deeper in these two conditions, we can see the explanation of why so many young men on the athletics field. Do you remember? They'd be playing football, or they'd be running, and boom, oh, they'd gone. They were dead. Died on the field. Young, athletic, young men with no history of heart disease suddenly died of heart attacks. Young, healthy, active males. Males were more prone to the effects of this Comirnaty than females, it seems, and that is now an established fact. Now, the Public Awareness Act, PrEP Act. If I don't say Public Awareness Act anymore, it's PrEP. It's the three Public Readiness and Preparedness Act. Also provides immunity from liability to certain individuals and entities against any claim or loss caused by or arising out of, relating to, or resulting from the manufacture, distribution, administration, or the use of medical countermeasures, except for claims involving willful misconduct. So this PrEP Act came out and it protected the pharmaceutical companies. You couldn't do them. You couldn't do the individual. You couldn't do the company. It protected them from claims, losses arising out of the manufacture, the distribution and the administration or the use of counter-medical measures. They thought, right, we've got it tight. We can do anything. We can put this onto the public and they can't sue us. The governments can't sue us. The people can't sue us. And in Europe and UK, we're not following up on this COVID mRNA manufacturing companies, not yet, but I am led to believe there are some watching the results of this prosecution in America. But also fear has been expressed in the guise of, if we go against these conglomerates, it could backfire on us. For recommending the population to inject themselves without doing the research into the vaccine. Was it ethical? And did it stop the COVID infection and its transfer from one person to another? And as we know, the claims that it would stop and prevent the infection spreading was proven to be completely false, as people who were vaccinated still fell ill to the COVID virus. So what did they do? They said, well, it hasn't stopped it, but it will lessen the effects. It will that the people who have got COVID, it will lessen their effects. Did it? And so they said, okay, so I have a second booster. The one wasn't enough. It's a booster. Then a third, then a fourth, then a fifth. And I heard of someone who's had a sixth injection. And now they've got long COVID. It went on and on and on, didn't it? Now let's see. Commenting in America, I'm going back to America now. Commenting on the state court ruling, Ray Flores, now he's the senior counsel for the Children's Health Defence. He said, this first kind of ruling, declares Pfizer's deceptions aren't afforded carte blanche treatment. They're not throwing a blanket over it. They're not going to get away with it. This decision is important because it creates a viable path for Pfizer to potentially, and I think that's a big word, potentially in this case, to be held accountable for its wrongdoing on a massive scale. And Attorney General Lobach, he said, he's the one who's taken it to court, this victory is the first step in bringing justice to the people of Kansas, who were misled by false statements made by Pfizer regarding the health risks of this COVID vaccine. This case will now proceed to state court, which is where the claim under Kansas Consumer Protection Act belongs. Now, what can I say about this? I'm not vaccinated myself. I refused it. The ingredients were horrific. Anybody who read the ingredients and had any sense would have said, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having that stuck in my body. What were the ingredients? Well, they developed it from the cells from a pig. They developed it with cells from a dog's brain. They developed it from cells from a monkey. They developed it from the cells from a guinea pig. There's formaldehyde in it. It's an industrial glue. You know, all these things created the mRNA, plus the little robots that are in it as well. Yes, all in you, going round your bloodstream and lodging into your organs. And they said, oh, no, they're flushed out. Are they? I don't believe so. I think when these companies, they profit from ill health. If we're not ill, they're making no profit. And so, do they really want to cure us? Or do they really want to deal with the symptoms of one disease to allow another one to develop? Where do these diseases come from? Swine flu, bird flu, monkeypox, COVID, supposedly from bats to begin with. Then it turns out, no, it wasn't from a wet market in China. It was from Wuhan's laboratory where they made it. And I'll tell you, as a man and woman, Chinese nationals, Communist Party members, who have been arrested in America this week, and they were found bringing into America a fungi, a mushroom, toadstool, into America, which is so lethal to crops of wheat and barley and oats, it could wipe out the food stock. And it was brought in by Chinese. Now, the man who brought in, it's a woman in the university. She's a researcher in the university in America. He's a researcher in China. They're supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. The man brought it in, got stopped at the airport. He denied, I don't know how that's got in to my bag. I didn't put it in. Then he admitted he had put it in after severe questioning. He admitted he had put it in and he'd wrapped it up very carefully, and he knew that it was illegal to bring into America because of the fact that it's destructive. It's a warfare fungi that could wipe out America's agriculture. It's been caught and it's been destroyed, I believe, or it's been kept as evidence, but in a box that it can't get out. And the woman has agreed now that yes, she asked him to bring it in. This is the illnesses. This is the destruction of agriculture, animal life, plant life, and people. It's warfare. And World Health Organization knows it. The World Economic Forum knows it. They all know it. And they bring it in. And then they say, we've got an injection for you. I wouldn't have any. But then, it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't have them because all those ingredients that I mentioned earlier in the vaccine, if you read Leviticus in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, the Jewish Bible, the Hebrew Bible, they're all listed as do not put these in your body. It came from God. Okay. Now, he said don't put them in. We have. We put them in during the COVID crisis. We put several of them in that now is linked with autism. Years before. Think before you do these things, please, please. Okay, I'm not going to say any more because you may not agree with me at all. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. Comments, please. If you want me to continue these posts, then press the like button so I know you want me there. And don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny, not even a cent, not even a rupee. It's totally free to subscribe to this channel, and it encourages me to continue with bringing you these posts. So please press the subscribe button and make your comments known. So until the next one, I'm going to say be safe, be good, and bye for now. Bye.